When we purchased our home 3 years ago, I was so excited to finally have a garage to work out of for my home-based detailing business, but the walls were really dark, there was poor lighting, it was really a hard space for me to imagine what it could be. But we painted the walls, got some better lighting, was able to purchase some cheap plastic shelves and repurpose some furniture from inside to make the space a little bit more organized. One of the better investments we made about 2 years in living there was converting our two-bay garage into one large garage door. But I still was struggling with making the space a really professional space for my business and to really organize it. So it's time to do something about it. Hey guys, Chelsea from Attention to Details, and we are getting ready to undertake a garage transformation. I have a home-based detailing business, and honestly, emptying everything out of my garage was probably the hardest part. But let's go ahead and get this transformed and get started. So I knew when doing research for garage floors, there were 3 options for me to consider. The first was raised deck tiles, or the second would be Swiss tracks. Both of those were extremely expensive. They look fantastic, but there is a different maintenance. You have to pull them out frequently, pressure wash underneath as dirt and water can kind of settle underneath. They can get a little bit of a funk, or we could go this route with the epoxy resin. Now, this is actually a solvent-based epoxy resin. We were originally supposed to do water-based, but because of supply chain issues, we ended up going with the solvent-based. And I'm actually really happy that we went this route versus the water-based, because it's going to be an extremely more durable product for me, especially the way that I plan on using this garage in the future.
Let's call it the home remedy, and that's bad language, okay? But the home product is not available. That's why we had that issue last week.
Mm-hmm.
This is solvent based. This is a commercial grade, industrial grade, pretty much. It should be much harder, even. I mean, I'm telling you, the epoxy stuff I have, it's wonderful. It's lasted 15 years. I think we've been here since...
And that was the water-based stuff that you were going to initially put down.
Yeah.
So this is now solvent-based.
This is solvent. This is going to be...
So if your water-based is 15 years, then this is probably going to be...
This is going to be lights out better.
This is like Jesus coming back, and my floors might... Just kidding.
Yeah, Jesus may ask to get, stay here on his next appearance.
Let's see if I can keep it clean. That's
his
the...
next coming, he might ask to stay here because your floors will be so slick. Like, I'm probably going to go to B&I on Friday and be like, the product I thought I had for floors is no longer the product I'm going to use.
Don't you find it
better product?
Don't you find it funny how God works like that,
Yeah.
So many thanks to Rip from Superior Color and Restoration here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, for answering my dozens of questions and doing a fantastic job on our floors. I highly recommend him. And what you see him adding here is actually called Skid Tex, and it is basically a fine sand that you put all over the fresh paint before it has dried. And then he came back 24 hours later and did a second coat, and it locked in that Skid Tex, and that gave us a little bit of extra grip on the floors, so there's less risk of us slipping on it should the floors ever get wet. The paint that he was using was Benjamin Moore Coratec High Performance Polyamide Epoxy Coating, and he also added a Skid Tex to the paint. Here is what he used. For those of you that are wanting to do this project yourself or have recommended products, but all in all, 5 gallons of paint. After he did the second layer, after 24 hours, it was safe for us to walk on it with soft touch shoes, and then 7 days later, it was safe for us to drive on it. No, you do not touch this floor yet. It needs 24 hours.
So a day?
A day, and then he's going to come back and do a second coat. And then 24 hours after that, it should be dry.
I'm actually probably going to come back tomorrow morning.
Can already see it starting to set up here where the sun's hitting it.
Those inconsistencies are 2 things there because of first coat.
Okay.
And
Probably 1.
most, if not all, of that inconsistency should go away in the second coat.
And looky here, perfect timing. 24 hours later, my cabinets were delivered. They're here. here. Now I gotta unbox it. But as far as our floors, it turned out so good. It actually rained within 12 hours on it, and they were waterproof. So y'all know I was geeking out about that. So our floors are finished. They look absolutely beautiful. I didn't think a garage floor could look this good. And actually within 12 hours, we had rain on it after we had our second coat, and the floors were hydrophobic, which I was like, oh my gosh. But we do have actually a skid text put within the first layer, so it's gonna give us a little bit of extra grip, hopefully not make it slippery for my kids because they love to run back and forth in the rain, and I didn't want them getting any sort of concussion. So our floors turned out great, and actually now our cabinets were just dropped off. So when it comes to garage transformation, it's been a busy week for me. We had to get everything out, everything cleaned. They did the acid etching, first layer, skid tech, second layer, everything is dried. And now today the cabinets were dropped off. And I have to tell you guys, from ordering to delivery, it was a wonderful experience. Ordered them from Car Supplies Warehouse. They have a lot of different options that you can choose from, ranging from just cabinets to lowers to uppers. If you want huge units with corner kind of options, we actually ended up going with the Bold 7 series. I felt like that was gonna fit perfectly in the space, and then we have 2 additional cabinet lockers. And then I had a previous countertop that we're going to be reusing, but a lot of my older cabinets, we're just gonna get rid of them. But when it came to ordering it, there were so many options, very affordable, but I like the fact it's powder coated, steel made. When I ordered it from, or when the order was placed from Car Supplies Warehouse to New Age, their customer service was exceptional. They were very communicative. As soon as they received the order, I was notified. Once it was made, they called me to tell me that it was ready, that it was going to be sent to the delivery person. Then that delivery person actually contacted me to schedule a delivery time and day. So I knew when to be home, when they were going to be dropped off. I even was able to kind of pick my day within a certain amount of window. But it was a wonderful experience. It wasn't stressful at all. They even send you videos along the way to let you know how you need to prepare for your delivery to be dropped off, what to do when it came to installation and inspecting for damages and things like that. So when it comes to ordering something like that, I was extremely happy with the experience. So for those of you that are wanting kind of a really good customer service experience, New Age and Car Supplies Warehouse, you can't beat them. So my dad's gonna be here shortly. We're going to get these set up as quickly as we can because I am itching to get this set up. So let's get the garage put back together again. Unboxing it was a chore, but it was some of the best packaging that I have ever seen. The smaller cabinets were in the large ones, and the bulk of the work was really just putting the feet on and getting it balanced. And here's the finished result. Here's the finished result. It turned out so good. Been able to make a dedicated space for all of my kids' stuff. It was really hard because we kind of had it in the back before, and before we knew it, things just started to slowly creep out into the center. And so now they have all of their stuff easily accessible right in the front. We have a potential retail space, so that way if customers are looking for products to be able to maintain their vehicles after it's been serviced here, we're gonna have some of my favorite detailing products available for them to purchase. So I'm excited to be able to actually have that space now. We've got some gardening tools, my bulk soaps, my pressure washer, tire wheel brushes, etc. Everything just kind of neatly put away. And here we've got all of my larger equipment pieces and my buckets, easily accessible but storable, so that way they're not on top of one another. My detailing cart, we have all of my bulk products in here, as well as some of my lights and tripods. I'm actually able to now have a space for all the products that I want to do video reviews on, or maybe these are products that I purchased intentionally because I want to test out and potentially do a video on. So now I can be able to do that. A lot of times things just kind of get lost here because I have so many products. It is a blessing but a curse when you are doing a YouTube channel for detailing products, because it is a billion-dollar industry and it is very easy to get caught up in testing out new products. And I've had this product so long that you can see just how dirty it is. It's not necessarily a product that I want to demonstrate the benefits of it, but maybe show that it's not the best product. But you can see we've got a lot that I want to test out from P&S, AM Details, Geon, etc. So we've got a lot of fun videos as far as individual products. Down here We have some of my smaller equipment, a trickle charger, my ozone generator, my air dryer, my steamer. And we've got just various tools being able to store it here. My microfiber organizer for laundry. We also are now able to have everything kind of grouped together. Before it was maybe by products or brands, maybe a couple of things were grouped together, but now I can actually see just how much stuff I have. And it's making me realize that I need to actually cut back on a lot of products. There are some that I absolutely love, some that are kind of, I actually went through and I probably got rid of 3 boxes of products that I maybe tried out once, wasn't a huge fan of. And I was actually able to work out a deal with a local college in the area. And we're going to donate all of those products that I'm not using anymore to them so that they can use it on their fleet vehicles. So really happy that I was able to downsize, but this is downsizing, guys. We've got my rinseless and waterless washes, tire and wheel cleaners, some kind of specialty soaps. We've got all of my sealants and protectants that I have tested or worked with or enjoy, just for various things. I sometimes will just play musical products and be like, oop, that's the one I want to use today, or oop, that's the one. So I have a lot of options based on customers' needs. We've got my tire dressings. We've got our trim dressings, some water spot removers down there. Now I have tons of counter space to be able to be organized and work off of versus just kind of storing stuff. We've got my drying towels, my wash mitts. We've got extra microfibers that if I go through them. And then over here, really excited about this. I've kind of got an interior or a specialty cleaner. We've got all my glass cleaners, glass coatings, interior products, as well as carpet cleaners, odor removers. And then down here, if I have products that are sent to me to test out and review, I can neatly store them down here. We've got Stoner Car Care, Detail Lab, DIY Detail, even some luxury microfiber products that I want to do video reviews on. So look for those in the future. And then we also have my compounds, polishes, clay bars, panel prep wipes, iron decontamination, products for wet sanding, etc., all neatly stored down here. Charging station, microfibers, everything is nice and neat and organized, and I couldn't be happier with how it turned out. So hopefully you guys enjoy that closer look at the garage transformation and everything that was involved. It actually took over a week for us to get everything done from start to finish. I think the hardest work was emptying everything out. I had to store it in my dining room, so that was a little stressful for me, and then bring everything out. But I'm so thankful to my dad, my husband, my kids, to Rip for helping make this project just a dream come true. I'm so happy with the end result. We're already back to work in it. This is my first detail back since the garage has been done. We're getting this vehicle ready for coating, but it just makes everything more practical, a little bit more functional for me, for my family. So hopefully you guys enjoy this closer look at what we were able to do for my home-based detailing business. I'm going to put the link to the cabinets as well as to the paint if I can find it online. I'll put the link to the products that we'll use for the garage floor down below. For those of you that want to try these out from Car Supplies Warehouse, highly encourage you guys, check them out. They've got a lot of different options for you guys. This wasn't a sponsored video. I purchased all these products myself, but I want to share with you guys just how durable and really fantastic and professional these products are to be able to take your home-based business up to that next level. So thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Make sure you stay tuned for future videos that we have coming out, but I got to get to work. We'll see you guys in the next detail. Have a great night.